The day Albus Dumbledore left Hogwarts, Lucius Malfoy realized something no one else did. You didn't need to defeat Hogwarts to control it. You only needed to control the people making its decisions. For years, Lucius quietly bribed influential members of the Board of Governors, donated enormous fortunes to the school, and convinced powerful ministry officials that Hogwarts needed stronger leadership. Publicly, he claimed he wanted to protect students. Secretly, he was building the perfect path for Voldemort's return. Within 2 years, every major decision at Hogwarts required approval from governors loyal to the Malfoy family. The castle still looked the same. The banners still flew. The students still attended classes. But Hogwarts no longer belonged to its teachers. It belonged to Lucius Malfoy. His first changes seemed reasonable. Security was increased. Curfews became stricter. Every corridor was watched by ministry inspectors. Parents praised the new system, believing their children had never been safer. They had no idea those inspectors were quietly identifying students whose families opposed pure blood supremacy. Soon, professors who openly defended Muggle-born students were dismissed one after another. Their replacements weren't openly evil. They were simply loyal to the Board of Governors. History lessons changed first. Students were taught that pure-blood families had built the wizarding world while Muggle-born witches and wizards merely benefited from it. Dark wizards were no longer described as monsters. Instead, they were presented as misunderstood figures who had challenged a broken system. Few students noticed the difference. But every year, another generation accepted the new version of history. When Harry Potter arrived at Hogwarts, he immediately sensed something was wrong. The sorting ceremony felt colder. The teachers avoided difficult questions. Even Hagrid warned Harry to keep his opinions to himself. Hermione was constantly punished for challenging information in textbooks, while Draco Malfoy received praise for repeating ideas his father had carefully planted throughout the school. Harry wanted to fight back, but there was no Dumbledore encouraging him. No McGonagall willing to risk her position. Speaking out meant expulsion. Staying silent meant helping Lucius win. Then something even more disturbing happened. Students began disappearing. Officially, they had transferred to other schools. Unofficially, they were children whose parents had openly criticized the ministry or refused to support Lucius Malfoy's growing political influence. Fear spread faster than any spell. No one knew who would disappear next. Meanwhile, Voldemort watched everything unfold from the shadows. He had never intended to conquer Hogwarts by force. Lucius had already handed it to him without a single battle. By the time Voldemort regained his body, half the wizarding world had already accepted ideas that once belonged only to Death Eaters. The war barely lasted a year. Most witches and wizards surrendered before the first major battle even began. Only a small resistance remained. Harry, Ron, Hermione, Neville, Luna. They hid inside forgotten passages beneath Hogwarts, using secret tunnels built centuries earlier to organize attacks against the regime controlling their school. Every victory inspired more students to join them. Every loss reminded them what was at stake. Eventually, Harry uncovered proof that Lucius had manipulated the Board of Governors for years using blackmail, forged evidence, and cursed magical contracts. When the documents were revealed to the public, everything changed overnight. Families who had trusted Lucius realized they had been deceived. Teachers found the courage to resist. Students openly rebelled. The castle that had once obeyed Lucius Malfoy turned against him. As chaos consumed Hogwarts, Voldemort arrived expecting complete loyalty. Instead, he found thousands of young witches and wizards standing together. Not because they had been chosen. Not because they were powerful, but because they finally understood the truth. The greatest danger to Hogwarts had never been a monster beneath the school, or even Lord Voldemort himself. It had been the man who convinced everyone they were safe while quietly taking away their freedom. When the battle ended, Lucius Malfoy wasn't remembered as the wizard who controlled Hogwarts. He was remembered as the man who proved that a school can be conquered long before its walls ever fall.